What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including concerning Gulak allegations surface, a top star retiring, Seth Rollins' new look, a hilarious botch at Backlash, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Now first story looks at concerning Gulak allegations surface. Now our top story today takes a look at some new harrowing allegations that have surfaced regarding Gulak. Unfortunately, it looks like the allegations towards Gulak go beyond the isolated incident with Ronda Rousey. According to a new report from Fightful Select, several talent made claims that Gulak was a bully backstage and he would often target injuries during matches with talent that were recovering from minor injuries at the time. The report adds that Gulak was verbally reprimanded by Shawn Michaels for deliberately spiking an opponent during a match. WWE has no place for behavior like this, and it's crazy to think that Gulak's actions have been kept under wraps for so long. In relation to the reports of Gulak being released, in a new update from Fightful Select, Gulak is still under contract, but he's been informed that the company won't be signing him to a new deal once his contract expires next month. Whilst Gulak responded publicly to the Rousey allegation, he has yet to comment on the bullying allegations. Next up, a hilarious Backlash botch revealed. Tanga Loa debuting at Backlash yesterday came as a huge surprise, and when a new wrestler surfaces in the company, it's vital that they make a great first impression. Unfortunately for Loa, fan footage from the French fans in attendance has shown that he suffered a hilarious botch when he came from under the ring. It looked like Loa was late for his cue to pull the referee out of the ring, so the referee improvised and proceeded to roll out of the ring before Loa had even made contact with him. This was smart thinking on the part of the referee. It also looked like Loa was supposed to surface with a white towel on his head, yet this awkwardly fell off as he appeared. Next up, the new Uncle Howdy faction revealed. Now if you're wondering if WWE still has plans of an Uncle Howdy faction, they actually have been planning one behind the scenes. As according to PW Insider, the names for this untitled group will be Bo Dallas, Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Eric Rowan. What do you guys think of this faction? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up is a top WWE star retiring. Kevin Owens continues to perform at the highest level in WWE, and last night was no exception as Owens delivered a standout performance in Backlash's opening contest. Owens has now been wrestling for over 20 years, and it was only a matter of time before Owens was asked about retirement in an interview. Speaking to Body Slam, the former Universal Champion stated, "You know, at this point I just want to have fun, do what I'm doing, and create memorable moments. For everyone that's watching and really into titles, main events and all that, it's nice when it happens and it's great to experience. But I just want to, try to cherish the moments I have left in this industry. I'm obviously not saying I'm retiring anytime soon, but my career is closer to being done than to starting, so I'm just trying to enjoy the ride." And this is great news that Owens has no plans to retire, as he's still one of WWE's top players and is still incredibly over with the audience. Next up, AJ Styles tried to convince Will Ospreay to join WWE. Although Will Ospreay eventually decided to sign with AEW, there were initial rumblings that Ospreay may sign with WWE. One of the names who was actively trying to encourage Ospreay to sign for the promotion was AJ Styles. Speaking to Irish Wrestling and Entertainment, AJ revealed, "Well, it's hard to keep my eye on what I've got to be focused on. What I'm focused on right now would be WWE. I'm focused on what's going on with my own family, so it's hard to focus on what's going outside of that, but yeah, of course, why would I not want some of the best talent in the world to come to WWE? I mean, I think they're great guys. Listen, if he were a douchebag, I probably would have called him on to, see if he wants to come here, see if we can agree with him. But I think he's a great talent, and there's a lot of them out there. It's only a matter of time before we get to them." Next up, the next WWE International PLE revealed. While speaking on the post-Backlash press conference, Triple H had a ton to say, yet his main topic of conversation related to international premium live events. The game made a point of saying that he wants to talk to the Mayor of London, who was recently re-elected. The Mayor of London previously stated that he wanted to bring WrestleMania to London for the first time ever, so it looks like Triple H and WWE are interested in pursuing that business opportunity. Other countries that Triple H discussed were Italy, as well as a possible stadium show in France. When it comes to France, a stadium show in the country is a no-brainer. Some fans on social media are calling the Backlash crowd the greatest crowd in WWE history, and it's hard to disagree. Next up, the real reason WrestleMania 41 is taking place Easter weekend. Last night, WWE confirmed the rumors that WrestleMania 41 will take place in Las Vegas in 2025. One of the more interesting things about the announcement is that the revelation that WrestleMania will take place over Easter weekend. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Las Vegas was keen on hosting WrestleMania traditionally slow weekend for their tourism trade. By hosting the event during Easter weekend, which typically sees fewer tourists, Las Vegas hoped to attract a larger crowd to the city and in turn reap the rewards. The initial state in the running for WrestleMania 41 was Minnesota, however obviously that won't be happening, and as to why, the sports and events president for the state had to say this in the Minnesota Tribune. We were informed by WWE that Minnesota would not host WrestleMania 2025 due to the change in direction by new ownership. Although disappointed, we are in discussions with WWE about future events in Minnesota. We are optimistic that Minnesota will host WWE events here in the future. Next up, CM Punk gets locked in WWE HQ. CM Punk delivered pre-show analysts from WWE HQ before Backlash last night, and a hilarious situation ensued when Punk went to leave the building. Punk somehow got locked in the bathroom at WWE HQ, and by the time he exited the bathroom, everyone had left the building and he just decided to go to the gym and work out. Punk posted several hilarious videos on his Instagram story. He even delivered a crotch shot to the statue of Andre the Giant. Next up, positive Jerry Lawler health update. Last year, Jerry Lawler suffered a stroke, and Lawler has been pretty much out of the limelight since. Thankfully, Lawler is now back to making appearances and gave a positive health update during a virtual fan signing. "My health is great. I just went over to the doctors to get back on the road for my knee replacement, and then of course, still some minor difficulties from the stroke, but all that stuff is coming around fast." Next up, WWE going all out with the King of the Ring. The King and Queen of the Ring tournaments are set to kick off tomorrow on Raw, and Triple H is truly going all out with this year's tournament. Confirmed matches for the men's first round include Drew McIntyre vs Finn Balor, Kofi Kingston vs Rey Mysterio, Gunther vs Sheamus, Ricochet vs Ilya Dragunov. These four matches have lit social media on fire, especially Gunther vs Sheamus, as they engaged in an all-time classic back at 2022 Clash at the Castle. And when it comes to the women, the confirmed matches include Zoe Stark vs Ivy Nile, Shayna Baszler vs Zelina Vega, Asuka vs Lyra Valkyrie, Io Sky vs Natalya. Tournament matches are also set to take place on SmackDown, and the finals will take place on May 25th at the King and Queen of the Ring in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Next up, Seth Rollins has a new look. Due to his hiatus from WWE, Seth Rollins has debuted a new look. Rollins appeared at the Kentucky Derby yesterday along with Becky Lynch, and Rollins has now shaved his trademark beard. Rollins looks completely different with the new look, and it's unknown if he'll be keeping the clean-shaven look when he returns to TV. Next up, Drew McIntyre coming for the world title. Based on Drew McIntyre's latest tweet, it looks like the former champion is coming to get his title back. Following Damian Priest's successful title defense over Jey Uso, McIntyre took to X to state, "BS champ, BS number one contender, BS tactics, BS finish, BS theatrics." Clash at the Castle set for Scotland is just a month away, and it looks likely that McIntyre will challenge for the world title at the big event. It's also possible that he dethrones Priest in Scotland and finally gets a special moment in front of the Scottish fans. And finally, Cody Rhodes' next feud revealed. Our final story today takes a look at Cody Rhodes and what's next for the WWE champ. Rhodes had an outstanding WWE title defense against AJ Styles last night, and it was the exact title defense Rhodes needed to establish himself as a face of WWE. Rhodes appeared on the post-Backlash press conference and discussed facing LA Knight. LA Knight is somebody that I look at because I get it, it's two good guys. I understand that, there's a flavor there, there's something about it. When you have that fever, you want to know, I'm the man. No, I'm the man. All that macho toxic alpha stuff that I still have a bit of, I suppose. With the next PLE just 3 weeks away, it's possible that WWE could run back Rhodes vs AJ one more time, especially due to the overwhelmingly positive response to their matchup. But there you have it, folks. The wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.